Well, hi there and welcome along to Galway for our special What's the Word. I'm joined here by Brian Sheehan and Mark Boylan. So first of all, congratulations. We've made it through to Friday. I think that's an achievement in itself, isn't it?
It's a week now that stamina is required greater than any Grand National.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Toxeter sort of stuff, you know.
What about highlights? Highlights for you during the week so far, Mark?
Well, actually, look, yesterday was fantastic, wasn't it? Tudor City. I was delighted for Tony Martin to get one on the board, and equally I thought Luke Dempsey. It was a great day for him. No, just it's been a marvellous week. I think there's a great atmosphere around the place, isn't there? It's a real fun place to be.
No doubt. What about you, Brian? Highlights?
I'm going to go with an unlikely one cool poet. I mean, this lad looked like a complete rogue.
Absolutely.
Billy Lee is just a magician. He got him up on the first day, and he actually won with a bit of despair then the second day. So we'll talk about him later, but I think he could complete the hat-trick on tomorrow. So.
Yeah, Brendan's only been done once before, so one of our colleagues mentioned that. Let's start then with the action on Saturday. We'll start with the handicap hurdle at 2:30. Just the 9 of the 20 owned by Jacob McManus, including hearts are trumps and spades are trumps, so it'll be pretty tricky. Yeah, thankfully I'm not commentating.
Yeah, Jesus, it's a cracker of a race, I think now. And there's plenty of them now. The stamina is a question mark about. Yeah. Lots of 2-minders stepping up now to 2-7. It'll be a test for some of them. Brian likes one of the JP contingent. I'm actually going to go with one of the Willie contingent. He's won 3 of the last 4 years of this. I think contingency is the one to be with. Thought the Punchestown run against Mr. Adjudicator was a cracker, and the way she won at Tremor. Now, I wasn't impressed with how she jumped at Tremor over fences. She's back now over hurdles. The mark is still useful enough, I think around 1:28, and the 2 mares she beat at Tremor have gone on one since. So I just thought it was a nice format, but I'd be fearful of the one that Brian is going to
go on, Brian. Keep it done.
It's all rock the bomb for me. And just getting back to the JP contingent, there's some hats here I've never seen before for JP. I don't think he's ever denied it, but anyway, we're going to rock the bomb. John Kiley is there a man better at producing one for a big handicap like this? A legend of the game. I have rock the bomb. Just got up and down under a masterful young Tom Madden ride at Roscommon to beat Tritonics. That platform was worked out with that mare going on and winning again. He's in there off 9 stone 10. I mean, he has to have a big chance off that featherweight.
I didn't think he handled the track either last time. He still got away with it. You know, I think this trip is going to really suit him. He was second over 2 miles here last year, but I'd be very, very fearful of him.
A horse who beat Classical Dream in his younger days. Bring that kind of form.
Well, there you go. We'll just have a quick word on Goodwood. Obviously, Stewart's Cup to start things off. It's around about 8-1 the field. A sprint handicap that's genuinely full of borderline group class horses. But anything for you, Mark?
That's harder than getting a lucky 15 up here this week, I'd imagine. Look, sure, Lake Volta was kind of a rock solid Mark Johnson one. Mark Johnson having a week to remember, a month to remember this month. He had 50 winners record. I think he added to it since again, but just a rock solid horse. Goodwood form was very good. I think it was 3rd last year in a race to Flame and Spear, and who was second? It was a Cape Byron or something along those lines.
Real solid top level handicap.
Just a real, and dropping from 7 in the international behind Raisin Sand, now down to 6. Just think it should be banged there. But sure, look, Mark Johnson horse, I find them hard to work out at times, but at 25-1, you're getting a bit of value.
I think in Ireland we have Jim Bulger and they have Mark Johnson, and they're just 2 trainers that'll never get right. But what about you, Mark?
Brian, I actually drove in behind Mark Johnson's lorry there this morning, and always trying on the back of it, so that kind of just puts it up there. You can never know which one, but they all have the chances. But anyway, we're going to go with Cadem in this one. I'm never really too confident these big sprint handicaps, and I find them a lottery, but I'm actually quite confident this time. I'll definitely be in the frame. I mean, representing a top yard, Charlie Hills, I think he won it back in 2015. Yeah. This lad, he disappointed in the Commonwealth Cup, but he's lightly raced. I think you can forgive him that one. I think something came out. I'm not quite sure, but he wasn't quite right.
The start of the Commonwealth Cup was a bizarre kind of experience. The race, a couple of them stumbled, and their going was terrible as well.
He's still only a 3-year-old, and I was kind of looking at the more kind of progressive types rather than your exposed 6 or 7-year-old sprinter in this kind of race. So I'm going to go with him. Yeah,
fair enough. Also, Lily Langtry. Quick thoughts on that Group 2 for fillies on Saturday afternoon.
I have a soft spot for Manuela de Vega. I just don't think she's got the look so far, and I just think it's not the strongest race. Aidan throws a few over there now, but I wouldn't be overly fearful, and I just think if all falls right, Manuela de Vega has enough ability to get her there. It was a bit messy race last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Brian?
I wouldn't be backing anything in it, but I was looking at it and I thought the step up and grip might just suit her.
Yeah, Manuela de Vega, she's one of those. She promised a lot, and then when you thought she might do it, it's not happening.
People say she was unlucky in the Oaks. I don't
really
see that.
No, I don't think she's an unlucky loser, but I think she should have finished closer. And I think she should have won at Chester. I thought that was a proper run. And Media's gone in fine form, hasn't she? Since that was great with Deirdre, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant run yesterday. What a ride from Oisin Murphy up the rails as well.
He has that Japanese connection going real well, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It was it really caught the imagination actually yesterday, as well as the Magnolia Cup story, which I thought was pretty cool in Goodwood too. But anyway, back to Galway and the tricky handicaps. So no more talking about glorious Goodwood. We'll start with the Nursery at 4:10 over 7 furlongs. Aidan O'Brien's
wins it, definitely. I mean,
Royal County Down, 87.
That opening market is definitely exploitable, I thought. He got up on the line to win over 7 furlongs at Down Royal. The hill is going to play to his strengths. I thought he wants a mile and further going forward, so he's going to take some. You
can just see Donegal arriving on the rails, the bottom of the hill, and just finding.
Very hard to get away from it.
I think
for me, Bells in the Wood is an each-way option. Now, £4 out of the handicap is never easy, and you know yourself, the old saying with the Nursery, you want to be towards the top rather than the bottom. But no, I just thought, no, Shape Him a Promise fell out of the stalls the first twice and still ran on well, and I thought it was a decent maiden, that one in Killarney, the Baby Zeus race, Arthur's Kingdom, just kept on nice. I thought, look, probably isn't going to win, but could see it hitting the frame here at a nice price, and just stick with Aidan's.
Yeah, Royal County Down does look a bit of a good thing in that. And the 4:45 then, the 7 furlong handicap as well for the what about this one?
Found it very tricky. I know that the vibes were fairly strong in Sky Moon before he absolutely disgraced himself here earlier in the week. He was too keen. I'd nearly gave him another chance. I'll just see how he is in the betting. Maybe. I might. We'll see. But I couldn't
You're
go
almost as forgiving as David Jennings.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm very indecisive. Indecisive as our editor. We were asking, was he coming for a drink? He's like, well, I might text you, but then I might not. So I'm quite indecisive like him, but I'll see. I can't really put anything up with too much confidence.
Okay, what about you, Mark?
It's not a nice race to have to look at now. You'd want to really, it's one that something will pop up at a big price. I think Cyrus Dallin is one. The draw caught him out here earlier in the week. It's been poor draw again here now. Just think though, he has enough ability. Dropping back to 7, you could just see him finishing off strongly, doing what Beckwith's Place nearly did earlier in the week to make a challenge. He turns out quickly again, but maybe Cyrus Dallin, if he can overcome the draw, he should be bang there. But
absolutely.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, 5:20. Then we've got another flat handicap over 1.2 miles. Anything for you in this?
I like one,
Yeah?
Come
on, Brian.
I'm going to go Sharp Focus. Was third here earlier in the week. This is a horse who I think needs beyond a mile, and he won at Killarney over the mile. Shaped like you need further here earlier in the week. Steps up and trip.
Yeah, good stuff.
No big opinion on it, to be honest. I went through it, I'd be lying to you if I thought there was something stand out in it.
Good stuff. Anything else on the Saturday card then at Galway? Or
Mr. Everest in the maiden hurdle, probably. Yeah. Now listen, he's a horse now, how about we forgiven? He's on his last chances with me.
I think he's been in my horse track about 3 years, I'd say. But anyway, go on.
He's a painful one for me now, but I just think now it's sort of, I think he was second in the race last year. He was second here last year in a maiden hurdle. Within 20 days he's been second or placed in around there, but no, just think he shouldn't be great. Tony Martin in form, obviously.
I think that would just confirm his genius.
If he does now, I'll get down on my hands and knees here, I'll be delighted,
One of about 500 horses who had no luck in running in the opening.
I was watching it back this morning again, hands over me, Mr. Adjudicator in particular, there's a few of them there.
We'll see
if you're on the inner, you just have it was such a hard place to come from. Jody, brilliant down out wide.
I think that maiden hurdle was quite good, and I actually liked Top Moon in it. Good bumper form, has experience over hurdles. I think that the better ground will suit him, so I think Top Moon will take some beating in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else for you on the Saturday card?
I do actually. What was it? Springsteen's Girl in the bumper, the 5:55 for Matthew Smith, one Cool Poets trainer. I mean, dab hand with these handicappers, and now he's got some better quality horses coming through his yard. And the Springsteen Girl could definitely win a bumper. Jamie Codd booked. Touched her really well at Down Royal, and I think she'll stay. So Springsteen's Girl. Absolutely.
On to the Sunday action and the Anwar handicap. Obviously, the highlight at 3:55. Go on.
Oh, the obvious starting point is Salt and Stall. Can he do it? I'm not sure if any horses has done it. Didn't get too far in the history books, but it'll be a big chance. Aidan McGuinness is absolutely flying. But Turnberry Isle, I couldn't believe how badly he sweated up now.
Speaking of being forgiving, Turnberry Isle.
Turnberry Isle.
Turnberry Isle.
I think David Jennings now has actually ran out of patience with him, which is quite something.
I know. I can't even believe I'm saying it, but I started to get convinced by he was good at Killarney,
and
then he went and followed that up. Now 2 kind of muck races now, in fairness, but he did sweat up badly. He had a bad draw, and I think his chance was gone. He was hampered, and he was just looked after when his chance was gone. He's got stalled 3 now compared to 18, and I can see Donnacha O'Brien just going like the clappers, and he could steal it. Well, I could see him finishing in the frame.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you'll get extra
class,
places in an hour as
well.
well.
Think about it, doesn't he?
He does a lot of thinking, to be fair. Yeah, about not racing, I imagine.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Look, sure, he has plenty of ability. I think the draw is a huge plus considering the last night. But for me, on a session is one out of the price. Just now, last time there was no chance at all that he was going to have any chance to come up the stand side rail. And previously he was found out in the Jersey, and there's no shame in that now. It's turned out to be quite a good race. But I just like the way he did it at the stall. I think he's only a couple of pounds higher than when he did it there, and the extra half a furlong here and the hill. I just think it'll play to his strengths. He's got a grand low draw, and I'd just be disappointed if he couldn't make his presence felt off a nice low weight. Now listen, Salt and Stall, I don't think this isn't as tough a race as Monday, is it? Or Tuesday, I should say. No. I think he's got a savage chance of doing the double. But just I like the 3-year-old in this. I like Aidan Fogarty's one, and I think he might be a bit of a price too.
Yeah, probably will, because you'd imagine Salt and Stall will be coming in close enough to the top of the market after his performance during the week. Elsewhere on the Sunday card at Galway, you fancy anything?
I like one in the 2-year-old maiden. I like Helvic Dream, Colin Keane, Noel Mead. I went into the notebook straight away on debut up and down Royal. I think it was behind Invincible Diva, just slow away, and the second it might have been a few bob knocking around for him, not quite sure, but I liked it in the parade beforehand. Finished off nicely. Colin gave it a brilliantly educational ride. He didn't, when the winning chance was gone from the gates because Dusty Foley had pinged them, kept on really nice now. I like the way it shaped. Now listen, whether it be streetwise enough to win here, I'm not so sure. I think it should give a big run. Draws in single figures as well. I think it'll run well, but I think it's definitely one that will win a maiden before the year's out. And sure, I like the way you're thinking. Surely he'll go and do it again. Sure, the way he won the other day. I thought to myself, coming out of the last, you're thinking about too far and things like that. But you feel a bit kind of dirty about the whole thing. But he's a proper. He'll definitely go on from it again.
It did,
but it felt a guilty win in a way. But
it did provide one of my moments of the week. I'm not sure if people have seen it on RTE coverage. And JP McManus's grandkids were interviewed, and they said he was very accurate. I thought, he probably is.
And to be fair, a plan very well executed.
Indeed.
And Gavin Cromwell, what somewhere to remember really for him, and should win again, should do the double.
You would think. What about you on Sunday, Brian?
Yeah, we've got York Hill, who was very, very strong for the play.
I feel like there's a theme in this show.
Yeah, the who's who of rogues. Look at York Hill.
He seemed happy jumping around on his own, didn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't be backing him, but it's going to be interesting to watch. And it's the 6:30. It's a race that Willie Mullins I think does well in down through the years, and I think another Willie Mullins horse that actually I think should win the 5:30. I know it's a good race, but 8 and Bob. 5:30, very well fancied the other night.
Taking on Linger.
Somewhat unlucky I don't know. As well. I mean,
Linger could be overbet, couldn't he?
Well,
Upgrade is going back in that race again. You would imagine Robbie Colgan will not be afforded the same.
They gave it way too much rope. And, I think 8 and Bob will gain compensation.
Yeah, you would think so. That's fair enough. Right, let's get our best bets for the weekend then, in association with Ladbrokes, of course. Of course, 2 for the weekend. Go on. 3. Go on, you going to give us 3?
I'll give you 3. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm at a wedding on Saturday, and I will be nipping out to the bathroom to see how Rock the Bomb gets on in the 2:30. It's my max bet of the weekend. I think he's a great chance. So that's my nap of the weekend. And I'm going to go with Royal County Down in the 4:10 and the 5:20 Sharp Focus.
Good stuff. Mark?
Manuel de Vega in the Lily Langtree. I'm going to go on a session like Brian will be on the weekend in the Ahanura, and I like the way you're thinking in the opener on Sunday.
Good stuff. I like the way you're thinking. We're going with Royal County Down in the Nursery tomorrow, and also Emperor of the Sea will win the maiden at 3:05. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in the studio next week when we've recovered from Galway.